name is Danny Hensley, and we're doing a video here in my store, which is the old C.C. Grover Ray store, and I bought it and refurbished it 7 years ago, and it's now called River Life. It was on the river, and I brought it back to life.
And tell us about all the early cattailers who just really came down here when it's C.C. Grover Ray store and the kind of things they would get here, why it was already such a part of the community, and why we're so thrilled you have restored it.
Yeah, well, back in the day, these country stores were big staples for the communities, you know, because you only had like one or two major grocery stores in town.
And dirt roads driving to town.
Yes, and they weren't too good. But yeah, everybody that came here, you know, summer homes, they always like to patronize.
And what did they get here? What were some of the favorite treats that people would remember here?
Well, you know, moon pie and a RC, because this happens to be a RC store, but it has the signs on it. And then, you know, the old knee-high drinks, brownie drinks, and things like that, you know. It was mostly snack stuff because they would stock up on their groceries when they would come here, you know, and bring a lot with them from Florida, wherever they came from.
So you moved to Cattail itself. You moved next door to the community hall when you were 10 years old.
Yes.
What was that like?
That was just like I thought I had died and went to heaven, because my mother and father, neither one drove. And so as a young child, that was a boring life, you know, I thought. But my family worked. My mother grew everything we ate in the winter and all that, so you worked from every time there was daylight, you worked. And so we moved to Cattail beside the community hall, and I mean, there were things going on there. They were having parties, you know. We had bingo. They had square dancing on Friday or Saturday nights, you know. They had all these other things going on there all summer long, and I mean, I was tripped out. I thought, yeah, I did. I thought I died and went to heaven, you know.
So tell us about the Florida connection and the people that take you back and forth and people you'd meet and what that was like.
Well, my mother and father, neither one drove, so if Danny got to go to town, it would be courtesy of usually one of the Florida people, you know. And so Percy Thregal, that my daddy worked for all those years, every evening when he was here for the summer, he would take me and my mother to Burnsville and get us ice cream.
Oh, wow.
Every evening. You know, it was just their little getaway ride, you know. And then other people, you know, they would be going to town, and I think they kind of felt sorry for me. Hey, Danny, you want to ride with me? And I'm like, yeah. You know, get me away from my mother working, you know.
So Cattail would be special, I think, in many, many people's minds in terms of being here, coming here for a long time, or coming here new even. So what is that sense? What seems to make it special for people?
It's just like paradise. It's hard to put it into words, but everybody will just tell you, you know, that this place is amazing. I want to live here. But, you know, back in the day, it was harder to live here because, you know, we didn't have the modern conveniences that we had now. You had mostly all wood stoves and all like that. So.
Tell them what it was like for your dad to hike up the pipeline trail and get scrap mica after mica bus.
And he would, all he could carry, he would get the scrap mica, and he would haul it down on his back down that pipeline trail, which is now a hiking trail. Mm-hmm. So you people that hike on it, you know that that's not a little easy task, you know. But he was amazing because he didn't drive. He was super healthy because he walked everywhere he went on the mountain. So
that's really a lot of the essence of Cattail: the history, the heritage, the work ethic, the beauty, the calmness, the safety, just the environment that we're all here together to share this common history somehow.
Yes.
And you can even be new to the community, right?
Right.
And still get into it quickly.
Exactly.
I would say it's a welcoming community.
Yeah, well, and another thing too is my mother and father lived there, same job, same community, no driver's license for 65 years. And so, you know, the people from Florida or other states that would come here to visit, you know, to rent a place or something, you know, You know, you got the locals and then you got the outsiders.
Off the
And
mountain.
my mother and father was the biggest connection to connect those people together because they all loved my parents. And so everybody that would come to live or just visit became great friends with my parents, you know.
At Ford and Louise Hensley, and
Yes.
there's a monument to Ford out front of
Yes.
the community hall.
Yes.
And it should have Louise's name on it too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, she was the power behind that story.